Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, your social media insurance broker, back again today to whap and tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today, I want to talk about real generational wealth and the lack of planning that occurs in the black community. Before I continue, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, I talk to black men all the time who are like, generational wealth, nigga, I'm good. I got my kids taken care of. Well, I was at an event today, something called the IARFC, the International Association of Registered Financial Consultants, where a gentleman, Dr. Sanjay Talani, was explaining he has clients who think 25 to 300 years in the future, right? We might think 300 days into the future, meaning 1 year, but we as a community don't think 300 years into the future. What's going on, Chief? This gentleman had a client from Pakistan who's worth a couple of $100 million, and he says, listen, if I leave $500,000, how can I set it up so that my future generations, and not just like his grandkids, he said my great-great-grandkids, I want them to, I'm going to post the video to this. But black men, we got to stop worrying about what the fuck Keisha's doing, and this is to heal the black community, right? If we're going to start talking about generational wealth, like I said, it's not just 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. It's supposed to be in perpetuity. These people are talking about things that are going to happen 50, 60, 100, 200, 300 years in the future. They will have been long dead for hundreds of years, and they're still leaving money for their future generations. Meanwhile, there's gentlemen here on TikTok and YouTube. One who I was talking about generation, I ain't worried about the community. My kids is good. Your kids ain't fucking good, homeboy. Because first of all, you're probably only going to leave them 50, 60, maybe $100,000. But you're not really leaving them anything. And you're not leaving impactful things. And then you don't even leave them with the knowledge of what to do with it. Right? We have all these black people, oh, it don't matter if we get reparations. All we're going to do is buy Louis and Gucci with it. So the fuck what, number one? But number two, set something up so that they can do more than that. I'm going to stop here. I'm just going to add the video. And this is a sneak peek at something called the IARFC. International Association of Registered Financial Consultants. It's definitely something that if you're a financial professional, you should consider joining. And if you're a consumer, you should ask what associations your financial professional is a part of. For example, Quad A, the Association of African American Advisors. Right? There's others. There's Hispanic ones, Asian American ones, all these different associations. Right? As opposed to people just telling you, oh, whole life is a scam. Yeah, okay. Are you or your firm a member of SIPC? Probably not. Right? But anyway, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
She's a client who is from Thailand, and she has one son. And she said, Sanjay, I'm putting this whole structure in place. What happens in case if my son gets a divorce? And I'm like, your son's 8 years old. And she's like, yeah, but I'm doing everything for him. And if he gets divorced, what happens to all the money? How many of you have had that kind of a question where they have a child who's 8 years old, and then the client asks you, yeah, but what happens in case if he goes through a divorce? I'm working all this hard. I'm making sure that things are good for them. And then they come up. Robert says, I have. One of the most exciting things about our business is we get to hear some of the most beautiful stories, some of the most beautiful dreams, and some of the most scariest fears that people have. Some of those fears you can laugh about, and some of those fears kind of make you think what people are thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the most beautiful opportunity to work with families that are trying to figure out what should they do over the next 25, 30, 40, 50, 100 years. I was just working with a client last month, and he's a client from Pakistan. And he asked me a question. He said, Sanjay, I have a lot of money today. And I do have this dream that one day my family builds a world class hospital and a facility. And I said, okay, when would you like that to happen? And he said, Sanjay, not in my lifetime, not in my children's lifetime, maybe in my great, great, great grandchildren's lifetime. And I said, interesting. So what do you want me to do? He said, if I gave you $500,000 today and I left it with you for the next 200 years or 300 years, can we put together a structure where nobody can touch this money for the next 200 or 300 years? But after 200, 300 years of compounding and growth, etc., they can use a portion of that to build a beautiful world-class hospital in the name of the family. And I said, that's a brilliant idea. I'm not sure how to structure that. And he said, Sanjay, I would be very interested if you can do that for me. It took me about a couple of days to put a plan together on how we could put this kind of a structure in place. And when I sat down with him and we said, okay, in 250 years, we're going to build this hospital, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. This money will go for maintenance, this money. I could see how excited he was for a hospital that he will never get to see, but his family will own in the next 200 or 300 years. I know not all our clients think that far. But if you can share this opportunity with a client that let's put money aside that we never look at. Let's put money aside that our family will never look at for the next 100 years or 150 years. And let's see the impact that the family creates on the world with that money. Why not? There is some portion of our wealth that we can actually truly allocate, not just to the future, but to multiple generations in the future.